God's Wisdom for a Fair and Just World by Dr. Jim Richards. Chapter 6. Can we read and understand the times? These specific signs punctuate the times we face. Never before have Jesus' warnings occurred on a global scale. But we must remember, he warned us so we could either stop these events or know how to overcome them when the rest of the world is crumbling. This book is designed to satisfy either scenario. Several of the following discussions and explanations are based on Matthew chapter 24, verses 4 through 15. Jesus' words are italicized for clarity. It is critical to understand that when Jesus talks about the end, in this passage, he is not talking about the end of time. I will explain as we consider his teachings. Jesus began his teachings about the end with a dire warning to be aware of the deception. Quote, "Take heed that no one deceives you," end quote. Jesus is exposing the fact that every tactic of destruction he will discuss is rooted in deception. If God's people do not succumb to deception, they can stop these events. In 2 Corinthians 2:11, Paul points out that we can prevent Satan from taking advantage of us by not being ignorant of his devices. Most every modern translation of the New Testament will translate devices as schemes, strategies, or plans. The Greek word translated as devices means a mental perception or thought. The critical factor in bringing worldwide destruction is a deception aimed at changing your perception. The first perceptional change is your view of God. When elitists launch their plan for a country, their major effort is towards demoralization. They cannot destroy a country that has a strong belief in God. Their tactics include boosting immorality of all kinds. They put significant effort into normalizing and decriminalizing sex crimes. Drug trafficking, human trafficking, prostitution, pornography, and pedophilia are normalized. Normalizing these sinful, deviant behaviors seduces people into rejecting God's morals and values. Over time, the most significant thing that must happen is silencing the voices of godly leaders and believers. Once you've been deceived about God's goodness and relevance, the rest of the process is easy. As this word implies, none of the tragedies described in these verses are what brings an end to the world as we know it. The way to destroy the world we know, the morals, values, and ethics and standard of justice, is rooted in spin and propaganda, i.e., the distortion of the facts. At this very moment, the global media is spinning world events to shape the perception of those listening to their twisted reports. People who believe false reporting are acting on perceptions, thereby playing into the hands of the destroyers. Lies are weapons explicitly designed to alter your perception, which results in changing the way you think, plan, and make decisions. Deceit is the leaven to which the Bible refers. You are controlled by your opinions and ideologies, by subtle internal thoughts, not by authoritative external sources. In these pages, you will discover the truth behind the lies. You will be able to stabilize the fear attempting to take control of your decision-making process. You will have the one weapon that empowers you to rise above the deception: truth.